2016 is finally coming to an end, and that means another year of movies is behind us. Some were good, some were not good at all. But then we had some that were actually quite amazing. So the question is, what were the 10 best movies of 2016? Every hour leading up to midnight, I will be posting my top 10 movies, starting from 10 and ending at 1, before midnight falls. Let's see what made it. A quick honorable mentions, though, for those that did not end up making the list. My honorable mentions, which honestly were quite close, were Doctor Strange, X-Men Apocalypse, Zootopia, The Jungle Book, and Sausage Party of all movies. Alright, so with that said, let's start with number 10. The number 10 spot on my list has to go to Moana, the nude cartoon made by Disney starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne Johnson in a Disney movie. I think that's reason enough for me to put it in my top 10. In all seriousness, though, it was a really beautiful movie. The animation was great, the acting was great, songs were great, except for one. The story was pretty good, too, with a solid ending. All in all, it was an 8 out of 10 movie, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's one of the highlights of this year. And now, to number 9. Number 9! Sing! Illumination, I think is the company name. The ones behind Despicable Me made Sing this year, and it was a surprisingly really cute movie. Every character has their own little arc that all ties into one story. The songs are really good, especially the end performance. See, I actually can't help but smile when I talk about this movie. It's a good movie, 8 out of 10. Go see it with your family, see it by yourself. It's a fun movie, just go see it. And that's why it makes my number 9 spot of 2016. Now, on to number 8. Number 8. Kubo and the Two Strings. Leica Animation's back at it again with their latest stop-motion animation film, Kubo, and it is their best to date. You may love Caroline, I love Paranorman, but this is the best by far. This movie has beautiful scenery, great actors behind the voices, great character development, great characters, great story, everything about it is great. And it has some amazing fight scenes with visuals showing how much better these guys have gotten since their beginning days. Kubo also gets a 9, and it is number 8, and it is rightfully number 8 on this list. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out, because it is amazing. Number 7. Deadpool. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I love Deadpool, and they're not surprised that he's in the top 10. They might just be surprised that he's not in the top 5. Deadpool is an awesome adaptation from a comic book character to on-screen. It's exactly what we needed. Deadpool R-rated, everything we wanted. Ryan Reynolds took control when he needed to, and it came out great. First movie I saw in theaters 5 days in a row in theaters, which was a very fun experience. It's an awesome movie all around. It's got comedy, action, a little bit of drama, not too much, but it does have character development, and that's always fun. It's a 9 out of 10. Go see it if you haven't. One of the best superhero films of this year. Now, on to number 6. And at number 6, we have The Shallows, starring Terry. Shallows is this generation Jaws, and damn does it hold that title proud. The CGI for the shark himself looks terrifying whenever you actually see him in action, and the main actress is honestly pretty good. I don't know who she is, though. Who cares, because the main character of this whole thing was Terry, this little bird you see there. Me and my dad gave the bird its character in itself, and it was funny as hell if you think about it in the scenes it's in. So all in all, great supporting character with the girl, the great main character is Terry. The shark is honestly terrifying. When it's on screen, you're scared. When it's off screen, you're scared. And it looks beautiful entirely. It's a 9 out of 10. Go see it if you haven't. It is this generation's Jaws, and it holds that title proudly. Now, on to number 5. United we stand, divided we fall. Number 5 goes to Captain America, Civil War. Besides having one of my favorite steelbook cases of all times, and I mean, can you blame me? That thing looks awesome. Captain America Civil War is a great addition to the MCU. Loosely based on one of the most popular comics in the Marvel Universe, Cap Civil War focuses more on personal character struggles than it does an entire all-out war like the comics do, and honestly, when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it benefits a lot from doing so. In addition to bringing in all these characters and bringing us one of the most memorable scenes in Marvel history with that airport fight scene, it brings in Black Panther for the first time, and it brings us, so far, sticking up to be the best Spider-Man we've seen on screen. With great action, great acting, great comedy, and everything else, Cap Civil War easily takes number 5 with a solid 9 out of 10. Go see it if you haven't. Let's face it, most people probably have seen it by now. Now, on to number 4. Whether you're for the Horde or for the Alliance, Warcraft takes the number 4 spot on the list. Warcraft had the struggle of having to bring a game that has been out for decades onto the big screen and tell a story that people would enjoy even if they didn't play the game, and it pulled it off brilliantly. The special effects are without a doubt the best I've ever seen in a movie. Everything looks so lifelike, as if I could actually just go over there and touch it. Touch that griffin, that orc, that building, that's amazing. Everything in it's amazing. From the fight scenes to characters, everything's unique and has its own twist. If you don't pay attention, you could get a little lost in the story, but me, someone who barely knows anything about the game, was able to follow it completely and understand what they're setting up for in the future. Warcraft is also a 9 out of 10. Go see it if you haven't. It is a great experience. It is a video game movie done right, unlike Assassin's Creed, which sucked. Don't go see that. Anyways, Warcraft is great. Go see it if you haven't. That makes number 4. Now on to the top 3. Their number may be 7, but they have taken the number 3 spot on the list. Magnificent Seven is one of the few movies that I can look at and go, dang, now that is a good remake. The cast is full of wonderful and talented actors, each one taking their character and going, this is mine. You know who it is because they match their personality. Each one of the 7 has their own personality, their own motives, and their own character arc that all neatly wraps up in the end, and it is an amazing movie. In a time where westerns are few and far between, it's good to know that good ones like these are still out there, and holy crap, the gunfights! What? I am not exaggerating when I say this movie has the best gunfight battle I've ever seen in a movie, and possibly for you too. It is amazing. It is a thrilling ride from beginning to end. The end fight alone is worth you watching the movie itself. With a wonderful score to boot that is very memorable, Magnificent 7 gets a 9 out of 10 in the number 3 spot. Now comes number 2. And at number 2, we have another prequel, Star Wars Rogue One. Now, just like I said in my review, the first 30 to 20 minutes is rough. It is a rough start. But the rest of that movie makes up for it in its entirety. The second and third acts of that movie are just amazing. We get the best action we've ever seen in a Star Wars movie, even without lightsabers, except for the Darth Vader scene, which is just the most kick-ass scene in any Star Wars movie, and it shows how fearsome Darth Vader is. Each character is both memorable and slightly forgettable because their names are really difficult to pronounce because, Star Wars. But they're each memorable, they have their own moments, and all in all, I love this film. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. 9 out of 10. It is deserving of that number 2 spot. And finally, number 1. And the number 1 movie of the year, without a doubt, has to be Hacksaw Ridge. The little guy saving that guy. Now, if you're one of my friends that I hung out with around the time this movie came out, you have already heard how much I love this movie. And if you're not one of those people are going to tell you you're a lucky son of a bitch. From beginning to end, acting, directing, special effects, practical effects, action, everything in this movie is amazing. I cannot think of a single thing that is wrong in the entire movie, and that's saying something nowadays. This movie's based on a true story, and it does the movie justice. Thank Mel Gibson and all the actors and everybody behind it, because it is an amazing movie. It is the only movie I've ever given a 10 out of 10 to, and it is the best movie of the year. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's amazing. It deserves your time. Hacksaw Ridge, without a doubt, best movie of the year. That was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do it again next year. If you guys want me to, let me know. What was your top 10? Put it in the comments below. Either way, have a happy new year. And I got this soda.